Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is May Arroyo and I teach creative people how to sell their art online. In this video, I will be talking about selling printable wall art on Etsy while focusing on the sizes you need to create your art in and explaining some of the terms that you might have seen on Etsy like 300 DPI. What is DPI? What does it mean? Why do you need it to be 300? And what does it mean about the sizes of pixels that you need to sell printable wall art on Etsy? I see a lot of shops that make the same mistakes by creating their art in very strange and weird dimensions that if I wanted to buy them, I would probably have to cut them out to make them fit a frame. So let's go over these topics to help you set up your online business in 2021 and make your Etsy printable wall art shop awesome. When you design printable wall art for Etsy, there are two things that you need to think about: printing services and frames. While if you create a size that is very small and people can print it at home at their home printer, there might not be a problem. They can just take any small design, print it in their home printer, and even cut it if they need to. However, a lot of people who go to buy printable wall art on Etsy want to print it on larger sizes than their home printer can print. And even if their home printer can print this size, they might want to print it on a canvas, they might want to print it on a high quality paper, or they might just not have a printer at home. There are so many printing services in the US, in the UK, practically in any country, where you can come in, give a piece of art on a file to the printing guy, and he will print it to you on any type of paper or canvas that you want. The fact is that all of these companies, Home Depot, even the post office, all of these places where you can go to print an art piece have their own sizes. They have very standard, worldwide known sizes to print wall art on. And if you create an art piece that is not fitting those dimensions, people who will buy your art will not be able to print it. And it goes beyond that. Some people actually do that research before they go and find on Etsy the right printable wall art for them. The second thing you need to think about when you're creating printable wall art for Etsy is frames, the known frame sizes and the common frame sizes that people can actually find to frame their prints. If you create a beautiful, beautiful wall art piece that is 3 by 15 inches, I doubt that anyone would be able to find a frame to put it in. I've done my research with printing services and frames that people can buy online and on local shops, and I created a special list for you of the known sizes that people can use. All of these known sizes are called aspect ratios, and they represent the difference between the height of the photo and the width of the photo. And in that case, the easiest way to explain that would be the 1:1 aspect ratio, because it's simply a square. It can be a 5 by 5 inch square, an 8 by 8, 10 by 10, 15 by 15, 20 by 20, and I think you're pretty much getting it. And that would be the easiest type of wall art to create for Etsy. The second aspect ratio is the 2 by 3. I don't know if you noticed, but if you take the smaller size that's listed here, which is 4 by 6, 4 by 6 is basically 2 by 3. This is a very, very common aspect ratio that has a lot of printing services for it and a lot of frames. The biggest one would be the 24 by 36, followed by 20 by 30, 16 by 24, 12 by 18, 10 by 15, 8 by 12, 6 by 9, and of course 4 by 6. Now, if you're thinking, oh my God, do I have to create files for all of these dimensions? No, you don't. The fact is that if you want a 16 by 24 inch wall art piece on canvas or as a print, and you go to a local printing service with a 24 by 36 inch wall art file, they can just print it on 16 by 24 because the aspect ratio is the same, and we can always print smaller rather than bigger. The next popular common ratio for wall art will be 3 by 4, which covers 18 by 24 inches, 15 by 20 inches, 12 by 16 inches, 9 by 12 inches, and 6 by 8 inches. In this case, you'll have to make your largest art piece as 18 by 24 inches. Now, of course, you don't have to create art that is that big. You can simply create a 15 by 20 inch or a 12 by 16 inch, but you do have to tell your client what is the largest printing option. Another very common aspect ratio is the 4 by 5, which covers 16 by 20 inches, 12 by 15 inches, 8 by 10 inches, and 4 by 5 inches. All of these different aspect ratios don't have to create vertical wall art. You can also print them horizontally and create a horizontal wall art print to go with the same guidelines and dimensions with these aspect ratios. In that case, you'll be creating a 20 by 16 inch wall art, 15 by 12, 10 by 8, or 5 by 4. This is true for all aspect ratios, except the 1 by 1, which is pretty much even either way. The next common aspect ratio is actually not a ratio at all. While doing my research, I found that there are a lot of printing companies as well as frame providers that can create an 11 by 14 inch print and frame. This does not have any other sizes, not a bigger, not a smaller. A 22 by 28 is not a popular size. This is just 11 by 14. Now that we're finished with our ratios, we're going to move on to explain what is DPI? What does it mean? And the fact is, DPI stands for dots per inch or pixels per inch, which is also referred to as PPI. This is a worldwide known measurement for printing quality. The dot per inch system refers to how many pixels do you have for a printing size of inch. That means that if I want to print a 10 by 10 inch wall art piece, and I have a 2000 by 2000 pixels, I will have DPI of 200. That would be the pixels divided by the inches. And that is not considered good quality. The minimum size for printing high quality and high resolution wall art would be 300. And in that case, 300 DPI is basically when you have 300 pixels for every 1 inch of print. I will explain that a bit more by using the 1 by 1 aspect ratio, which is the easiest one to grasp without looking physically at a ruler or at a piece of art. If I wanted to create a high resolution 12 by 12 inch print in 300 DPI, I will have to make a 3600 by 3600 pixel file. If I take that same 3600 by 3600 pixel file and print it on 18 by 18 inch artwork, I will come up with a reduced quality piece that will most likely be pixelated and not look good. However, if I will take the same 3600 by 3600 pixel file and print it on a 10 by 10 artwork, I will basically be getting 360 DPI, which means more quality. And now we will go back for all of the art pieces that I have mentioned before, all of these known aspect ratios, and I will tell you exactly what are the pixels that you need for each and every one of them. For the 2 by 3 aspect ratio, to print as large as 24 by 36 inches, you'll need a 7200 by 10,800 pixel. For the 3 by 4 ratio category, to print large on 18 by 24 inches, you'll need a 5400 by 7200 pixels. The next ratio of 4 by 5, that will print as large as 16 by 20 inches, will be 4800 by 6000 pixels, and our unknown size, unknown ratio of 11 by 14 inch wall art will be 3300 by 4200 pixels. And the 1 by 1 ratio, which is basically the square, it's any size you want it times 300. Which means if you create a 6000 by 6000 pixels file, you can print it as large as 20 by 20 inch. I hope that you now have a better understanding of the type of wall art that you need to upload to your Etsy shop. These sizes are just the biggest sizes, but you don't have to use all of them and you don't have to make your art that big. A lot of people sell 8 by 10 inch files, and that's fine. If you want to create an 8 by 10 file with high resolution, all you have to do is make sure that you have 2400 by 3000 pixels. You can also create your art the largest point of 20 by 30 or 15 by 12 inch, you don't have to create all of these massive files. However, it's important to remember that if you want to make 24 by 36 pixels and 20 by 30, which both fall under the category of the 2 by 3 ratio, you don't have to make two separate files. Just take the largest file, which is 24 by 36, create an art piece that is 7200 by 10,800 pixels, and you're good for all of the smaller parts below. On a previous video I made for this channel, I talked about how to create wall art mockups for Etsy using Canva. In this way, you can create beautiful mockups to show people what your art would look like in their home. I will leave a link to that video down below so you can watch it if you want and learn how to upgrade your Etsy listings. On my next Etsy video, I will take you a step-by-step tutorial on how to list printable wall art on Etsy. That means that I will physically take a piece of wall art and a mockup and will show you everything from placing the right photos, where you put them, placing a video, how to name your printable wall art listing, what tags should you be using, how to fill out that huge listing Etsy form, what to write in your description, and more. And that will be on my next Etsy video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to make more, please like this video, hit the like button on YouTube, because that tells YouTube, hey, this is a cool video and more people will get to see it. You can also subscribe to my channel to make sure that you'll get notifications whenever I create another video. My videos are about how to make money online in 2021, covering the things that I like to do, like sell printable wall art on Etsy, sell anything on Etsy really, and work with print-on-demand companies like Printable, Printfy, Redbubble, Society6, and more. I also love creating design tutorials, not just on how to sell your art, but actually on how to make art. And I recently made a video about how I create glowing and foil mandalas. And you can watch it too because I'll leave a link to that down below. This presentation was made using Canva. This is my first time trying out Canva presentations and I love it. I will leave also a link down below for Canva. They have a 30 days free trial for the Pro membership, which I think you will fall in love with just as much as I did. That's it from me for today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!